Hello, Asta here and welcome to today's video. So today I want to do a review, swatches and also two eye looks using the new Huda Beauty Medium Nude Obsessions palette. But first of all, before I continue on to my today's video, I just want to address the elephant in the room. In case you're thinking, what the hell is going on here on my face? It's actually a little pimple patch. This one here, I use these Acne Pimple Master Patch, and this morning I woke up with a nasty kind of breakout on my cheek here, and I just applied this patch and it really helps for breakouts to heal quicker, but you're supposed to wear that for 24 hours. So therefore I didn't want to remove it. I left it and I applied my makeup over it. So that's what it is if you're thinking what is stuck on my cheek. And now that we have this out of the way, let's just continue on our video. So Huda Beauty lately came out with 3 new mini palettes, and it's the Nude Obsessions Light, Medium and Dark. I got myself a medium one. I liked the colors the most, I think, out of the 3 in this palette. This palette contains a rich mix of spicy tones, also chestnuts and deep browns. There's some shimmers, metallic shimmers, also some terracotta shades and dusty pinks. So it's really a very versatile palette of different nude colors in it. So they have different names like medium, dark and light, and they are universal, and you can use any of them palettes, it doesn't matter. It suits every skin tone and every eye color. In Sephora.com, this palette retails for $37, and I got mine in Sephora in Alicante in Spain while I was on holidays, and I paid 29 euros. I absolutely love how the packaging looks like. It's so nice. It's like a proper plastic container. It has this like a snake skin finish, so it's nice and textured, and it does look really kind of, you know, fancy, I think, compared to another Obsession palettes that she has released before, the little ones of 9 eyeshadows, and they were normally just like a little like a paper finish top. So this is this packaging is way more you know, chic looking. So there's also a nice size mirror inside, so it's very handy if you're traveling or you're on the go. So let me show you the swatches of the medium nude palette. So this is how the colors look like in the palette. And here are the swatches. So on the top there I have all the mattes, and on the bottom there I have all the shimmers. When I was doing swatches, shimmers applied like butter, like literally so easy and effortless. Mattes not so much. I had to do maybe 2 goes to get this color on my hand. So we'll see how this is gonna go onto the lids. I'm afraid it might be a little bit hard to work with mattes, but sure, we'll see. Okay, let's put this beauty to the test. So I'm going to do two different eye looks today. So I'm gonna do one eye look on one eye and another eye look on the other eye. And I will show you the colors I'm using because there's no names on them, no names on the shadows. So I have my eyelid prepped with a little bit of concealer and just set it with translucent powder. So I'm just gonna go straight into the palette. And first I probably will do something maybe pinky. So I will start with the transition shade, this nice light mauvey pink, and apply that into my crease using a big fluffy brush. And this is a beautiful transition shade, this one. So I'm applying that quite high into the crease. And so next I'm applying this darker mauvey pink color again into my crease, but this time I'm using a smaller brush. So just repeating the same step I did previously, but just using this smaller brush, so the color is more concentrated into my crease. So this shade, it blends out much easier than the first shade. And then I'm going back with the previous brush and just blending the edges out with no product. And I'm taking some more of that color and continuing to deepen the crease. Next I'm going into the palette again and taking this darker mauvey color. It's nearly like a browny pink. And I'm still using the same brush, but this time I'm not going all the way in with this color, just keeping it more on the outer part of my eye. And also applying it a little bit down onto my lid, trying to create that V shape. So there's not much fallout, that what I meant to say, like there is a little bit of kickoff, but nothing crazy, so that's good. I'm not getting any fallout on my underneath the eye area just yet, so hopefully it will stay that way. Okay, so this color isn't deep enough for me, I think, so I will go straight into the darkest color in the palette. This one here is the chocolatey brown, and I'm still using the same brush and just applying that in the outer part of my eye. And a little bit onto my lid. So I feel like you have to tap this dark color on rather than try to blend it out straight away, because somehow it loses its intensity when you blend it out straight away. So I don't think I can go any darker, because for some reason it's kind of hard to build this dark color up. So I leave it as it is at the moment, and I'm gonna just apply a nice shimmery color on top. So I'm gonna go into the palette again, and I'm going to take this nice duochrome pink, and I'm going to use my finger to apply that. So I'm just taking some and applying that in a part. Oh wow, this is beautiful. This is so pigmented. Now shimmers feel like butter. They're really soft and easy to apply. Beautiful. I love the shimmers. And now on the center of my lid here, I'm just gonna go into the palette again, and I'm going to take this kind of dark color, like a purpley color, and just apply that further onto my lid. Oh, this is beautiful as well. Straight away I can see in this palette there's no color that you could highlight the inner corners with, because these colors are a bit too dark for that. So there's no highlighting color in it, but sure, we'll work with what we have. So this is how it looks so far. And first impressions, shimmer colors are like dream. They're so buttery, they're so soft, they apply amazingly with the finger. And mattes, not too impressed with mattes, I must say, but just let's do another eye. Okay, so now we have this eye done, and this is how it looks. Let's just do another eye look and see how the other colors look like. But first of all, I'm starting with this transition shade here. So applying that transition shade into my crease first. I'm going in a few times into the palette to just get more intensity into my crease. And straight away, using the same brush, I'm just applying a little bit of that color underneath my eyes. I'm switching to a smaller brush, and I'm going straight into the darkest color in the palette, the dark brown, and applying that into inner and outer part of my eyes. And I'm going back with the previous brush and blending the edges out. Not using any extra product, just whatever is left from the first use, making sure there's no harsh edges, and repeating this step a few times just to get more intensity. As I said before, I feel like you have to kind of build the color up first, like literally tap, and then try to blend it out, otherwise it just loses the darkness somehow. So now that I have a little bit of definition in the inner and outer part of my eye, I'm just going to do the center. And for the center, I think I want to go with this nice coppery and metallic shade here in the middle of the palette. Again, I'm going to use my fingers to apply that. So I'm just taking some. Oh, this color seems so nice. Oh wow, do you see how pigmented these metallic shades are? It's crazy. So just placing this shade in the center of my eyelid, like creating like a halo eye. I'm gonna go in once again. Oh, I love that. Then I'm taking the brush I've used to apply the darkest brown and literally just diffusing the edges of the shimmer so it's not harsh transition from one into another. And let's just play with it and apply a little bit of this golden shimmer on top in the center, just a little bit. So now I'm gonna use my little finger and apply that just a little bit close to the lash line, just to give more dimension. And oh, it looks beautiful. Oh, that's nice. The combination of two, I think, looks so pretty. It's a nice proper coppery golden color. Beautiful. And here is the finished look of the other eye. I've tried every single color in this palette, so I tried all the 9 colors while creating these 2 eye looks. And here is my thoughts on this Huda Beauty Medium Nude Obsessions palette. I'll start with pros. So first of all, I really like the packaging. It's beautiful, it's proper and it's solid, so it means it less of a chance of you kind of smashing the colors or smashing the eyeshadows in, because it's proper plastic container. Also, it has some mattes and some shimmers, so you can create different eye looks as well. It has a nice size mirror. That's another pro. Price is like not too bad, but I mean, compared to other Huda Beauty palettes, this is like half of what she normally retails her bigger palettes for. I love all the shimmery shades in the palette. They're so nice, literally. They're so buttery and creamy, and this is the biggest pro for me. Like, it's just the biggest plus in this palette. I think they're just gorgeous. I used my finger to apply it and it went on beautifully. You can see how much pigmented and how shiny they are. Definitely really good quality. Also, I love the way she did different intensity palettes. There's light, medium and dark, so it's easier to choose if you're not sure which to go for. But again, as I said at the beginning, it's universal. All 3 palettes are universal, so any type of skin or any eye color could wear any of the 3 palettes. Now the cons of that. For me personally, I think that the matte shades are not as good quality as mattes in, say, the bigger palettes. So like a Desert Dusk palette or Rose Gold palette, mattes are definitely much more pigmented in the other palettes. This is my opinion. I think that, and it takes like quite a few goes to get the intensity of these mattes, and they feel like the darkest one in the palette, this one here, seems like it loses its pigment when you're trying to blend it out. So you have to really take time to build the color up and then blend it out. And I'm not that impressed. I thought it will be more pigmented, so I expected a matte to be something like in her bigger palettes. These mattes are so good. Like, it's literally like so pigmented and it's easy to work with. I'm not saying it's not easy to work with these mattes. They are okay, but compared to the other palettes from Huda that I have, they're not as good. Another downside for me is that this is the darkest color in the palette, so you can't really create this sultry, sexy smoky eye with like a dark, you know, like the dark smoky eye, because there's no black in it or there's no darker brown than that. And because this dark brown is so hard to build, it's literally, this is as dark as you can go. Like, you can't go any darker on that. So I would say this palette probably is for mainly daytime look or very soft evening look. So you wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be able to do a really nice dark sultry smoky look with this palette because there's no dark color. Also, this palette doesn't have a shade that could be used as a highlighter for the inner corners or underneath the brow bone area. So this is another miss for me, because I always like to do a little highlighting in the inner part of my eyes. But yeah, overall, beautiful palette. I will definitely gonna use all the shimmery shades. Like, the metallics are gorgeous, especially this coppery one. I love that one. So yeah, these are my thoughts on Huda Beauty Medium Obsessions palette. I expected a little bit more, but sure, you can't have everything, right? So at least there's nice shimmers in it that I'll be able to use. So thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.